Hey Capricorns, how are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. So I'm Patty. I'm going to be doing your intuitive reading for October 12th through the 18th. And then I am going to show the cards, see what the energies are for the week. But then we're actually going to go straight into the cards and see what it is for you this week in general, for those of you. And then at the very end, if there is no love in it, then I'm going to do a 3-card reading for the energies for maybe some of you that are single and looking in that love relationship. Unless it comes up in the cards. Let's hope it did. It did for Virgos, so let's see what happens. All right, let's get going. You guys have a new, well, we all do. We have a new moon coming into the week on the 16th. We have actually a super moon. And with that super moon, it's going to be sort of some high intensity, some really strong energies coming in, as well as could shake some things up. And that could be shake you up, shake the earth up, shake politically up. I don't know what it is, but it is going to be shaking up between the 16th to the end of the month. Getting heated up. It's going to get heated up because we still have the Mars retrograde going. We have Mercury opposing Uranus. Just a lot of conflicting about truth finding, planting seeds, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be crazy. So whatever you want in these next 6 months, just remember to plant that seed. It's not going to grow yet, but you're planting it. The intent is to plant the seed and what you want for the next 6 months, and then go from there. All right. All right. So we have some energies out here. We have storm fields, which is, it could be a storm. Well, and it is going to be sort of a storm. It's sort of conflicting. And then too, that is also with the number 9, which is all about intensity. So I said things are going to get heated up, right? And then we have making a choice. Something has kind of come up where you are going to have to make a choice on something. Again, we want to look at the two. The little door is light and the other door is sort of darker. So which path are you going to go on? Which path are you going to take? That is going to take some decision making. Oh, and by the way, that is the number 3, which is all about acknowledgement. So acknowledging something, maybe acknowledging taking the right path. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah. So then we also have the unexpected visitors. Unexpected visitors is all about instability and changes. So these two actually all 3 go together because in order to create change, it has to get uncomfortable a little bit, and that might be your storm right now. Things are not very comfortable. You're coming up to a point where you have to make a decision. And the unexpected visitor doesn't sometimes need to be a person. It could be somebody of the past, could be something, an unexpected visitor, like, when women call them, we have an unexpected visitor every month, but that's not a person. It could be something that's coming up because, and the reason why I say that is, through this end of this month, there's going to be some big surprises. There's going to be some new information. There's going to be some new, maybe possibly shocking information coming up that may throw a loop in things. And it may have to do with the earth. It may have to do with political things in your life, things in choices. So, I hate to say it, but 2020 is not over yet. And with Mars and Mercury and Uranus and these planets all moving. I'm going to look at my notes a little bit because I had to take some notes on the new moon. There's just so much energy going on. But the new moon is considered a super moon on the 16th, and that is moving into Libra. And Libra is all about, power, and all about rules, regulations, things that have to do with keeping things in order. And that is really going to be hard from the 16th on, because when you have Mercury opposing Uranus, then you've got Mercury who is trying to dig and try to find the truth. And then you got Uranus saying, here, let me just show you. I'm going to give you clarity on what's the truth. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not good. But Uranus is all about clarity. So you've got conflict, you've got clarity, you've got the truth, you've got some really big surprises coming up. We don't know what they are. Some messages coming up. We don't know what those are. It's going to be a really crazy rest of the month. Oh, if it isn't already. All right. So just know that when you're going to make a choice for whatever it is this next week, just sort of sit back, analyze if this is really the truth of what you want to do, a plant or a seed that you want to plant, that kind of thing. Go from there. All right. And see if that's just something that you are wanting to do. And when something pops up unexpectedly, take heart of it, because you're supposed to be paying attention to something of that. Yeah, something is going to end again and something is going to begin. We have to do that. And it is going to bring an upheaval a little bit, because the King of Cups stays calm in the storm. So we're looking at actually death and then the upheaval. So again, you've got some stuff coming up in this next week that and when, for those of you that are brand new, when it's a death card, it doesn't mean death. It doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. It's about something ending and something starting. So something has to end and something has to start. So that's where that is. And that can be uncomfortable. Thank you. Because that's change. And these are all change. This is all about change. Things are happening, things are changing, and I'm going to tell you, the change is not in your control. So you have to find a way to either accept it and move on with it, or adapt to it, or you're going to have to grow with it and find a way without being bitter and angry, because this is out of your control. All right. Yeah. So there is change coming, which is good. It can be good. And the thing is that you're just going to have to pay attention and know what you can control in your area. Yeah. So the Four of Pentacles, you're holding on to something. Now the Pentacles are usually holding on to money, but this could be in the fact that you're holding on to something because we have the matters of the heart right before that. You could be holding on to a relationship that actually should have been let go. And that could have relationship, you were holding on to it because of maybe the monetary stability that it was giving you. And that needs to be let go. Yeah. So you've worked that investment, you've worked that, it's worked really well. You're very happy with that. You're very good with the accomplishment of that. But even if this is a relationship that stays together, you've got to realize that money cannot hold it together. You can look at it and it can be part of the relationship, but it can't be the whole of the relationship. Now this could be also, friends. And I would say friends, never borrow money from friends. And that could be, that could be literally the death of a friendship. Been there, done that when I was young, and struggling, asked to borrow. They borrowed, and I was struggling so bad I couldn't pay them back for the longest time. And by then they just like, you know what? If you can't pay me back, then don't borrow it. So I always teach my daughter nowadays, if you're going to loan money out, just say goodbye to it, because most of the time you will not see it. It's not because the person doesn't want to pay you back. It's just sometimes it's like saying, my taxes are coming in. My taxes are coming in. Yeah, heard that before, right? Yeah, there's the Six of Pentacles. This sure has a lot to do with money. Somebody's really materialistic. Sorry, I'm scratching because you ever have one of those little tags in your shirt that just doesn't leave you alone, that's scratchy and itchy? I have one. Okay, so this is definitely not a balanced issue. Now, this could be a business partner. This could be a relationship. It could be in business. It could be also, could be due to not getting a raise, or a promotion the way that you were supposed to maybe have had, and now you're having to make a choice. Do you want to stay? Do you want to go? I know a company I worked for, I won't mention the names, but you know what? They'd never give raises. No matter how hard you work, how good of a person you are, you will have to beg and grovel at their feet to get a raise. And that's just not the way a company should be run. I'm a business owner before, and I am again. But the thing is that you don't want to grovel to have to get something that you've worked hard to earn. If they can't see your value, don't let that door hit you in the face too hard, or in the foot, in the back, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's just the way that you've got to value yourself. And that's part of what's going on here. Thank you. So with all this that's going on materialistically, okay, thank you. Materialistically, there has to be some balance, because it's like the spiritual side just went bye-bye somewhere. It's like that's not even existent. So for somebody, it's like, okay, you can have all the money and the wealth, but if you don't have love and spirituality or something to hold on to, then what do you really have? I hope those coins keep you warm at night. Because you know what? Somebody can come and just take them away in an instant. Seven of Swords. Somebody's betrayal. Somebody is not being honest. Somebody is sneaking around. Somebody is hiding something. Now maybe somebody, it's for somebody it's got, oh, okay, I'll share that in a minute. So maybe that has somebody, they're hiding, like if you're a couple, I don't know who this is for, but if you're a couple, and this happens a lot, if you're both making good money, your money should always be put in a pot. It all depends on what you guys decide, but in all reality, you know, the house money has to be put in a pot. Things have to be taken care of. Maybe you're searching for a goal that you want to go, maybe take a trip or whatever. That all goes into the pot. But somebody's not being very honest, and they're not being truthful. And so they're keeping hidden money somewhere. And again, money divides like this sword. It can either bring you together and walk in truth, or it can divide. It's dividing, whoever that's for. And there is somebody, now this is the Queen of Wands, but the Queen of Wands here in this case, there's many things she could be or doing. But in this case, she is also not being so honest. She's communicating one way but doing another. She's that social butterfly that will have a lot of boyfriends at one time and tell you she has one. You know, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, I'm seeing some people, but the one guy really thinks that she's the boyfriend. He's the boyfriend and he's really not. Sort of that kind of thing. So there's something going on in that. And that could happen for guys or girls too. A guy could be seeing several women at once, and then tell each one that they're the girlfriend, and they're not, because he's seeing all these other women. I actually know somebody like that, and I'm like, you're pathetic. Just pathetic. They're not in my friend circle anymore, but because I can't. That's lying, deceitful, and those energies rub off. I don't want those around me. Yeah, definitely. So the Seven of Wands, where you're standing your ground, you're sticking up for something. Again, possibly, you know, this is where the arguments are coming from, the money. Again, money, 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 money. The arguments are coming. You're standing your ground. Do stand your ground. If it's your right to stand that ground, stand it, because it's all about integrity and morals, that kind of thing. All right, stand it. I know someone who, you know, they went through a divorce, and they talk about how much they did financially, how much they did this and that. And it's like, you know what? It's supposed to be a together thing. It's not about your money, their money. Come together. And if you can't do that, why the heck do you get married? All right. Yeah, because there's a lot of friction. There's a lot of fighting about this. And that's the attitude that before I even pulled the card, that's the story I was giving. And that's what it's like. Well, I've done this for you. I've done that for you. I've spent all this for you, and I lost all this for you. You know, there's that attitude here. Yeah, the devil, but he came in reverse. So it's time to break that bondage. So he doesn't have a hold over this. He doesn't have a hold over the money issue. He doesn't have a hold over all that's going on in your life, so that you can make a good choice. Go to the light. Go to the light. Oh, did you guys know what was that? Fantasy Island. The light, the light. Deplane, deplane. Sorry. I'm probably too old for you guys. But anyway, it's time to, yeah, go to the light and get rid of those chains. Because if you were to have the devil in the upright, you see these chains down here, they're tied. They're loosely tied. They could break away pretty much any time, but they are loosely tied. But for whatever reason, they think they're bonded, even through all the crap and everything. And if you notice, the devil is holding fire, you know, and the thing is, fire's hot, fire, and again, heat is coming. So heat in behavior, anger in behavior. Heat is coming towards the end of the month. You're going to feel a lot more uprising of heat, a lot more anger, a lot more animosity, a lot more bickering, a lot more unsettledness, a lot more you know, my way's the right way. You don't know what you're talking about. You know, where do you think you learned that? Blah, blah, blah. So there's a lot of that. Then we have the Fool upside down. So somebody isn't being honest again. This is and it's coming next to the interesting. They both came in upside down. But they came in upside down. And the Fool usually is a creative, playful. So this person's very serious. Sometimes to the point where it's like, do you even know how to have fun anymore without having to talk or deal with money? I don't know who this is resonating for, whoever about that. So, yeah, this is just it's here's the thing of this. It might sound horrible and everything, but you're learning a lesson and you're learning it now, and you're finding things out now about another person, and it's time, maybe hopefully you're not married to this person, but maybe this is a time to really red flag, red flag, red flag, and which way do you want to go? Even if you're engaged to this person, you're not married to him yet. So, you know, do I really want to get myself into this? Maybe I need to take some time. Maybe we need to postpone the wedding for a while, and maybe we need to do that. Maybe it needs to end for a little bit, a while. Or maybe it needs to maybe you just need to sit down and talk to each other and say, hey, no more playing games. None of this. No game playing. If we're going to be in this, then you know what? We do this. Now, if it's for work, if it is work, if somebody's all about money, say the boss is all about the bottom line, the money, creating more havoc in you, creating more fights, and creating more where you need to have that conflict, and you're standing up for your ground and standing up for what you believe in at work, and somebody, the boss, is being an arrogant a-hole, then, or leader, or somebody who's just up above you, then you need to tell them, hey, you know what? You know, because you're never going to give me what I'm worth. You're going to just betray me all the time. Take all my good work, all my ideas. There's some people, I know this for a fact. It happened to me a couple of times. You give them all the ideas and you think, oh, wow, I'm sharing this and this is great. You know, I'd finally be able to share it with somebody, and then they run with your idea and make a ton of money off of it. I've been in the horse business for a long time, and there's a lot of things I designed that now people go and make money off of, which really, but you know what? It is what it is. It'll all come around. They'll say it's their idea when they know it's not. And they know they're walking in lies and not truth. So if this is a boss situation, but it is creating, you know, you some real stress. For somebody, that's that. I think this there is, for some of you, this unexpected visitor is a good news. Somebody's coming in with some good news finally for somebody. And this one here, that looks like an uncertainty, like they're fearful of coming in the room. But that for somebody, I feel like there's some good news coming. All right. Is there anything else, Divine, or anybody on the other side that would like to share anything more, please? Before I go to the energies of looking for balance. And this here, thank you. So on this card here, usually it's balance and love and tranquility and all that kind of stuff, and like temperance in a way. But this one here, if you notice, she's naked. So that means that everything needs to be stripped away and be told the truth. It has to be told the truth. Oh my gosh, these kids outside. It's dark outside and they're outside playing. My neighbors are horrible, horrible, horrible. Anyway, so yeah, so that is you need to just basically strip away and tell the truth. Can you hear him screaming? He does that 24/7. 24/7. 6, 7 years old. Cusses up a storm. Tells his mom to F off. Tell his dad to F off, and they're standing there, whatever. I'm gonna record. This has been going on for years. Oh my gosh. If you can't hear him, I will be really surprised. Because my windows are closed, my doors are closed, their windows are closed, their doors are closed, and I can still hear them. And it's tantrum screaming. It's tantrum screaming. Anyway, okay, so let's see. For somebody who is actually looking for love, I'm going to set these aside here and see if and who you might be finding. If I can concentrate. Oh, Lordy Jesus. Yes. We have the Lovers card. I can't make this up. So there is going to be some love for some of you. And then we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. So somebody that's not too communicative. Maybe they're shy. They're a little shy. They're not quite sure what to say, how to say it, what to say it. They're just coming out of a relationship. So be very, very careful, because that could actually come back to bite. 5 of Wands. 2 of Swords. You're going to, it's going to be a connection, but I think it's going to be a real slow connection, because the 2 of Swords is like you're not sure which way to go, or do I really want this or not, because they did just come out of a relationship. And it might have been a hurtful relationship to them, but it seems like they're carrying a lot of the baggage. So, and then we have the 5 of Wands, which ends up being, where did it go? Oh, I thought it was here. It just ends up being a little bit harder for them. So you're going to have to be really patient with this person if this is a relationship that you want to grow, because it does seem to be like it's going to grow into more of an intimate relationship. But I would just be really, really careful, especially if they're not talking about things, and sort of get to know them, how they handle arguments. Because sometimes when somebody, you'll know a lot of person on how they handle an argument or a debate or something like that. Do they get really heated? Like we said, at the end of the month, we get heated. If somebody's getting really, really heated and they get, their energy starts going up and going a little bit aggressive, then you sort of like, or do they shut up and not talk to you for a couple of days or a week? That could be really a catcher to what might have happened in their past relationship. So there is a connection coming up. Just be mindful, take it slow, and see where the cards may lie. So just go with the flow with that one, because it seems like there's a little healing process that needs to go on there before the other person, or if that is you, if you just broke up, need to, there is somebody that'll be coming towards you, but you don't want to bring baggage into a new relationship or a past relationship into a new relationship. You need to leave those at the door, because that person is not that past person, and they never will be. They won't even compare. Even if you try to compare them, it will just destroy the future of a good thing. All right, Capricorn, that's your reading for the 12th through the 18th. If you please subscribe And if you want your dailies, subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll know when those dailies are coming up. They're every morning. Monday through Saturday. And then too, if you, I think I might be doing a new moon reading. Depends on my energies. I've been vamped big time with vampires this week, energy vampires. The Mars is real. Mars in Oregon, we are in Oregon, and when that Mars came in close on the 6th, I could feel it coming in the 4th and the 5th and yesterday, and I'm just starting to reel back. So I'm a little worn out from all that energy blasting and conflicting and fighting and trying to keep my energies low or keep them calm, while everybody else's was wanting to fight or cry or end up in bad areas and friends coming at me and that kind of thing. So I apologize, my energies are a little low, but remember that the new moon is going to try to zap more energies, and it is going to be very heated from the 16th to the end of the month, and we'll talk about that for the new moon here next week when I do a live. So if you want to watch the new moon live, subscribe and the bell, hit the bell, and you'll know when I'm on live for that, because I will be doing that live as well. The dailies are every morning. Those are actually pre-recorded because those are posted at 3:15 in the morning, so that around the world can see it too, because I have people in UK and stuff that watch. They're not all subscribers, but I know they watch because they talk to me on here. So all right, we will talk to you next week on the 19th, unless I see you on the new moon reading. All right, we'll talk to you soon.